Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Los Alamitos High School for another LATV Game of the Week. Tonight it's Sunset League basketball, the Los Alamitos Griffins versus the Marina Vikings. I'm Larry Strother here with Mark Brodman. We'll be calling the game. With us is the Griffins basketball coach, Eddie Cordomar. So another season, Ed.
Yes, it is another season. A little different. We're still trying to find our identity, but it's fun nonetheless.
You come in with 11-6 record, is that right? Benefit of a forfeit win over Milliken.
Yes, those are always good wins, I guess.
What have been the high points of the season so far for you?
We've had some good wins against some good teams. We've had some low moments. We just haven't put together a real consistent game plan. We've had moments where we're very, very good offensively, defensively, and then we go into a lull. So the key in league is going to be can we maintain that consistency for 4 quarters.
Mark, I know you've been chomping at the bit, ready to ask your first question of Eddie here. So.
Well, of course, Marina always comes in with a pretty tough basketball program. Tell us a little bit about their team this year.
They execute very well. I wouldn't say they have a definite star, but they have 5 or 6 really good players who are very committed. They're very young, which is good, and they get after it. I think they're going to try and slow the game down a little bit with some zone and get it more their tempo. But they're very good at what they do, so we got to be prepared.
And who are the players that we should look out for on that Marina squad?
Their point guard, Mallard, he runs the show. And then their big guy in the middle, the big redhead kid, he's a beast. He's a very wide body, and he uses it very well.
You had a young point guard who's getting a lot of minutes. Yasu, why don't you talk about him?
Yeah, he's a special player. It's been a while since we've had a freshman up on varsity. And in all my years of coaching, he's by far the truest point guard that we've had. He sees the floor better than anybody, and when he gets out there, the sky's the limit, so it's exciting to watch.
His job tonight is to get the ball to Wes and to Khalid Washington.
Yeah, he does a very good job, and he knows who the scorers are, and he knows if he gets them the ball, he has a better chance of getting an assist. So.
How well have they been shooting for you so far this season?
We've been pretty consistent. The guys know who our shooters are. But we haven't been able to get 3 really good scoring games from anybody. We've had 2 here and 2 there, but we need 3 to kind of balance things out.
They played great defense last year. You're at full court pressure all up and down the court. Do you have that ability to do that this year?
We have the athleticism, but once again, it's that consistency. We're kind of inexperienced, even though we got a lot of seniors. I don't know that we'll be that up tempo, but we'll still grind it out if we need to.
Mark?
I was going to say, talk to us a little bit about the Sunset League and who the teams are to beat and who you have on your radar screen.
Well, obviously, Fountain Valley and Huntington Beach are the 2 top premier teams. The rest of the league, I think, is really balanced. I think those 2 teams battle out tonight, so whoever has the win there will have the edge. But any team really can beat any team on any given night.
All right, well, a new look for the Griffins this year and a brand new gym here. Very bright here. It's like so.
It's different.
Certainly see the ball a lot. Very well.
I know. Hopefully that helps us out.
All right. We're looking forward to seeing the Griffins open the season against Marina tonight. Sunset League basketball, LATV Game of the Week. Right after this. First on the high school gymnasium. Larry Strother here with Mark Brodman. We'll be calling the game tonight. The Griffins versus Marina Vikings. We're going to go down to courtside where courtside announcer Scott Durzo will be announcing the starting lineups. Going to do Marina, and then apparently we have a new wrinkle in the introductions for Los Alamitos. So we can't wait to see that one.
Let's meet tonight's starting five for the Marina Vikings. At point guard, senior number 2, Jake Arledge. At guard, sophomore number 20, Gabe Cooper. At forward, senior number 24, Max Gibbs. At forward, senior number 22, Captain Casey Hayes. And at wing, senior number 41, Captain Hayden Weeks. The Marina Vikings are coached by Nick Breckman and assisted by Nick Galloway. The Vikings are 6-10 overall.
Impressive.
At guard, 6'4", junior, number 1, Khalid Washington.
They got his name up on the scoreboard there too. Looking pretty cool in here, Mark.
At guard, 6'1", senior, number 12, Captain James Noble. At forward, 6'5", senior, number 55, Captain Paul Kedlitz. And at guard, junior, number 3, Derek Worthy. And at point guard, senior, number 10, Wes Mitter. The Griffins are coached by Eddie Quartermark, assisted by Coach Kieran Kutzke, Deshaun Jones.
Got a new gym, got a new look here on the introduction.
Scott Durso back ringside here, calling the game on the PA system.
Showtime.
It's a good look here.
High Gymnasium.
It's a good look here at Los Al.
I don't know if you heard it, we mentioned earlier, that was put together by senior Derek Hernandez. Griffins coming into the game with 11-6 record. Marina 6-10.
Always a very competitive Sunset League with a fair amount of parity up and down the conference. And tonight's game, I think, is going to be another close one here as we kick off the Sunset League.
A little different from the old Los Al Marina games that we covered many times. Don't have Roger Holmes' team putting up three-pointers from half court and inside.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the Marina style that they play. They're averaging in the 40s, so it's certainly not going to be that up and down fast break game that we've seen in the past.
Marina gets control of the opening tip. Khalid Washington with jumping for Los Al.
Griffins in a man-to-man defense out there.
Casey Hayes, power forward, one of the leading scorers for Marina this year.
Yeah, keep an eye on number 22 and number 20.
22 is Casey Hayes, like I said, he's averaging 10 points, leading the Griffins. 24. Well, Max Gibbs missed his drive. Washington brings the ball up the court to Mitter. Mitter on the top right now. James Noble, one of the defensive specialists on the team. Mitter, a great three-point shooter, 3-year varsity player.
Yep, he and Khalid are the two top scorers here for the Griffins.
Inside to Paul Kadlitz, back out to Noble. Noble off the front rim, goes long, run down by Derek Worthy. To Mitter, Mitter for 3. No go. Rebound pulled down by number 2, Jake Arledge. Guard him man-to-man. Derek Worthy. Gabe Copper against Washington.
Yeah.
Cut off nicely there by Worthy.
Only a sophomore, too.
And Copper gets 2. James Noble. Inside to Catlett. Paul Catlett, big man, gets 2 points.
That's a good-looking turnaround jump shot by the big guy for the Griffins, and he is their only big guy, so they're going to have to count on him to score inside.
Gallett's going against Copper. Stolen by Mitter, coming up the court. Takes it all the way. He beats number 24, Max Gibbs there. Griffins up 4-2. Just inside of 6 minutes.
Going with that 2-2-1 zone full court defense.
Knocked away by Mitter.
Yep, they still got to cross the midcourt line, and they don't.
Ball goes over to Los Alamitos. Worthy off of Chatlett's screen. Noble baseline. Comes up a little short.
Yeah. Nice play, though. Nice passing. Nice drive to the hoop there by Noble.
Arledge against Worthy. Good defense there by Derek Worthy. 5'11" junior guard.
Yep, he's the one that Coach Cordomar said to keep an eye on. He directs the traffic there for the Marina Vikings.
Arledge is a 5'5" senior. Point guard for Marina. Back over to Gabe Copper, who has Marina's only point so far. 5'11" sophomore. Looks a little taller than 5'11" to me.
Yeah.
He's grown since the season began.
Marina's got 4 sophomores on the roster, so look into the future.
And an awkward one-hand set shot, though, for Copper. And outside. Inside to Catlett. Back to Washington. Chetty Cordemarch wants to bring it back. He goes one-on-one into the middle, kicks it over to Noble. Short on that three-point attempt. Arledge bringing it up.
Noble shooting the ball a little flat out here in the first quarter. Got to put a little more arc on it.
These bright lights throw you off if you're used to the old Griffin gym.
It's beautiful. Got the big screens on both sides of the court. A little smaller gym. They did take out some of the seating.
During the alumni game, the free throws, it's all those bright lights. You may be able to see that rim and,
we'll see.
And hit it this time.
We'll see.
Actually, you made one last year, didn't you?
I did. I probably had my best year last year. I think I made 2.
Mitter over to Washington. Washington. He's flat as well.
Yeah, Griffin's coming out a little bit cold here, as to be expected. The Sunset League home opener. Decent holiday crowd on hand here. School not back in session.
Kind of off for a week after during the holidays. They were in Florida last week. Went 3-2 in the KSA tournament there.
Got 3rd place.
Noble might have been able to be called for walking there, but gets away with it.
Griffins are going to find their stride here, and would guess that they're going to start to take control of this game here by the middle of the second quarter. Marina doesn't look like they're as talented as the Griffins.
Run down there by Hayden Winks. He drives against Noble, draws the foul.
And that'll be what the Griffins don't need to do, is some unnecessary fouls, and some of these guys where they appear to have them outmanned.
Griffins have a lot of talent. We watched them play last year. Mitter, Khalid Washington, very good. Noble's good defensive player.
Yeah,
Chadlitz was an unknown coming in, and he's played well this year.
Yeah, they got a good group of returning guys that have some varsity experience, some more than others. But Paul was on the varsity squad, didn't get a ton of minutes last year, but saw the game at this level for a full season.
Getting good production from him. Entering the game for Los Alamitos, Darren Kusamoto, senior guard, and Yasu Worku, freshman, who Los Al, the coaching staff is very excited about, as Eddie Cordemarsh indicated earlier. Mitter, the three. Wes Mitter, first three-pointer of the game. That gives him 5.
Yeah, and he's shooting close to 50% from the three-point arc, which is really impressive for a high school kid.
Had his hand on the ball there. Disrupted Hayden Winks. Cadlett, good pressure on Copper. Not hesitant about taking a long point. Yeah. Cadlett shields Copper out. Kusamoto brings the ball up. Wes Mitter on the top.
Kusamoto, son of current Los Al Mayor Warren Kusamoto. Got a nice quick release there. Yasu.
Gabe Copper going against Kusamoto there. Ball back to number 13, Derek Mallard, in the game now for Marina. Washington. A lot of action, no points though for Marina there. Mallard couldn't put the lay-in down. Good movement, but he couldn't finish it.
It's a little different group for Marina than what we've seen in the past. Just basketball skill, athleticism, size. Just about every facet that I can tell so far through 7 minutes in the first quarter.
Well, they weren't that big when they had those three-pointers. I think that's one of the reasons they went to that system, and it worked so well for them. Of course, it helps when you have like 5 guys who can shoot great from outside.
Yeah, I mean, they were highly skilled guys that could score and score and score.
Cadlett's with another basket. Nice pass from Worku.
Paul Cadlett's 2-point basket.
Greg Fronick couldn't finish it. Kusamoto to Khalid. Back around to Worku on top. Washington rims it. Stolen by Worku. Didn't give up on it.
Oh, boy.
Has more problems with the official than he does with the Marina defense.
Yeah, he was triple teamed over there once by the official. 2 on Marina.
Second timeout called by the Griffins.
He's part of the floor, though, as you're often told when you're growing up.
Absolutely. He apologized at the whistle. Got in the way. Shouldn't happen, but it did. It's the opener.
Opener. This first quarter's gone quick. It's not even over, but it's like we're down in the last minute.
Flying by, and Marina's got 4 points. A couple years ago, they had 24 points.
They'd have 4 points at the opening tip-off a couple years ago. And they would have had 4 3-pointers up in the first 10 seconds.
I was going to say, they certainly wouldn't settle for layups. I know that. We got our different angle of the game now. We're on the other side, on the student side.
Looking at the Los Al bench.
Looking at the Los Al bench.
Yeah, we don't have the coaches standing in front of us all the time, but we have students walking by.
We can scan both benches, look at what coaches are doing. Griffins have a new assistant coach on the bench, Nathan Berger.
Former Griffin player, you're right.
Yep, he's now a senior at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, wants to get into the coaching ranks and taking a quarter off to sit on the bench for the Griffins for a season.
He was a good student of the game even back in the NJB days.
Yep.
Played for his dad, Mark. Always a tough player. Always irritated me when I coached against him because he always did all the little things right. Like, who taught him those things? It's like, I know it was Mark, but
student of the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of NJB, half of the Griffin roster, half of the varsity roster are NJB alums.
Oh, local NJB alums.
Local
Probably more than that.
From what I could go on my recollection, I counted 8.
At the line, shooting 2 shots. Derek Worthy back into the game.
Cadlett picks up his 5th point of the night. He and Mitter have accounted for 10 of the Griffins' 12 points so far. James Noble getting the other basket. Making his free throws, something Griffin big men have not done a lot of over the years.
Another unnecessary foul, and Coach Quartermarsh over there is echoing the same thing. Not necessary, not necessary. When you're up 13-4 and in clear control, you don't need to make these fouls in the backcourt.
Sitting next to Kerry Kutzke.
Longtime assistant.
And one-time head coach here in the interim.
And did quite well. Won the Sunset League Championship his year and believe got to the third round of CIF.
Yeah.
Lost to Mater Dei.
They lost to Mater Dei. Great game.
Took them about as far as he was going to take them.
And that was the best team in, probably one of the best teams in the country they lost to it that year.
Every year.
Yeah. Great game at the Mater Dei Gymnasium. At the buzzer, Hayden Winks' desperation shot doesn't go. Los Al with a 13-4 lead at the end of one.
Yep, looks like a bit of a mismatch. 13-4, Griffins in control, so assuming that they don't self-destruct, I think this game's going to get, the spread's going to get a little bigger. But you never know.
You never know.
Sunset League basketball.
Why they play the game.
Mallory Strother walking by the table here.
Man, she didn't ask me for any money, so that's a good sign.
6-foot varsity volleyball player. Griffin cheerleaders taking the court.
I think these are the Song Girls.
Can we say the award-winning Song Girls? Probably.
Good.
Probably.
I'm not sure if they're varsity or frost soft. They're all award-winning, though. I know they go to Florida every year. They come back with
That's right.
a bevy of trophies.
Bevy of trophies for the case.
Going to start quarter number 2. Griffins ahead, 13-4. Brian Igboki inbounding the ball for Los Alamitos.
Griffins bringing in a couple of their young sophomores, Ryan Cush and Matt Locker. Big guys down low.
Good football player, Matt Locker. Igboki misses. He's the brother of Henry Igboki, who played here a couple years ago. Ryan Cush, sophomore.
Ryan Cush.
Rangy sophomore. Gets a lot of time. He's good on the press in the open court. Extends the Los Al lead to 15-4. Hayden Winks knocked away. Igboki comes down with it. Throws the ball away, though. A little too much energy and oomph on that pass to Cush.
Ryan Funai, Mitchell Barnes into the game for the Vikings.
Only one starter in the lineup at present. Mallard against Mitter.
Matt Locker, number 42, the big guy for the Griffins down low, starting linebacker this past season as a sophomore.
Gabe Copper hits another basket for Marina. He has 4 points for them.
Yeah, we got at least 3 sophomores on the court right now.
Well, Marina has another sophomore who's injured out for tonight, Troy Ishino. Worku. No Worku on that one. Khalid Washington checks back into the game.
Checks back in for the Griffins.
Replaces Yasu Worku. 6:16 left. First half. Griffins up 15-6. There's Mitter for the 3. No. Ball's brought up the court by number 21, Ryan Fanal. Back to Mallard. Over to Hayden Winks. Back to Mallard. Give it a few inches, being guarded by Washington right there. Rachel Barnes gives it back to Mallard. Fouls on Hayden Winks, a little too much movement on that screen there. Brian Cush ready to inbound the ball over to Mitter. Clock at 5:45. Marina's in the zone right now. Copper bringing up the ball.
Griffins not exactly shooting a very high percentage. Expect that to change here.
Good defensive pressure all around them. Marina can't find an easy shot, that's for sure. Fanal to Copper. They got him pinched in there. Kicked it back to Copper. That awkward shot. Gets it off.
Foul's called on Viking number 5, Mitchell Barnes.
Mitchell Barnes with the foul. Losal with the ball. 4:58 left in the first half. Losal ahead, 15-6.
Barnes, another one of the sophomores on the court. Which now there are 4 sophomores on the court.
And that's from the word from our official sophomore counter, Mark Broza. Back to Noble. Good movement by Losal there. He's flat again. Can't find the range. Washington draws the foul against Barnes. Washington kind of bailed out on that one. He was a little out of control. Barnes was more out of control on the foul. Washington misses his free throw. Yet to get on the scoreboard tonight.
Leading scorer for the Griffins, he and Wes Mitter. Both averaging around 14 points a game.
Misses both free throws. Shooting touches still on the holidays.
Yep.
Ball's off Mitter's foot. Goes over to Marina. Eddie's a full-service coach over there, drawing the floor.
Yep.
Where Mitter dived for it. Going to be inbounded by number 10, Greg Frank Jr. Inside, knocked away.
Good tip there by Ryan Cush.
To Mitter. Run down by Mallard. Good hustle there. Fronick tries to save the ball, but throws it out of bounds. But good hustle by Marina on defense there. Come on, Mark, you want to look at my big print there on my roster there? A little easier, isn't it, as we get older?
Significantly.
Push. Fortunately, got both feet back behind the line before he caught that, otherwise that could have been over and back.
Well, as much as I thought the Griffins might pull away here in the second quarter, that has not happened. In fact, they have, 2 points here in the second quarter?
3, 1 at 12. You asking me if I remember these things?
All right, they got 3 points.
We don't have a budget to hire a statistician, okay?
Not yet. Not yet.
We'll work on that.
Wes Mitter shooting 2 shots.
Okay, they have 5 points in the second.
There we go. I was really good, I would have kept it score by quarters. I didn't. I should have. I got to get back into shape for this season, you know?
Yeah, you know, first game for all of us.
That's right. Funal sneaks underneath. Reverse lay in there.
Two-point basket.
Funai, excuse me. See, my eyes are so bad, I'm reading that I with the dot as an L. It's 8 points for Marina. Around Nathan Wakamoto seeing his first action of the night.
Oh, yeah. 3-point specialist.
4 seconds on the shot clock inside to Callis. Callis puts it up. He's short. Air ball. Going to go a violation against Los Alamitos. Ball to Marina.
Foul's called on Griffin, number 5. Nathan Wakamoto, first personal foul.
All right.
Third team
Junior
foul.
Devin Paget into the ball game. Local resident, NJB alum. Dad, Hall of Fame.
Matt Locker,
Son
checking
of
for the Griffins.
Part-time analyst on LATV3.
Well, even more known for that. Even more than being the Sunset League Player of the Year and playing basketball at Washington. That's Brett Paget. Charge there.
A lot of hoops in that family, that Paget family, up and down.
Offensive call.
Brett's
on
dad, Dana,
Griffin, number 1.
ABA player, USC Trojan Hall of Famer.
First personal.
They don't have that Hall of Fame on the wall anymore.
No, I asked Brett about that. He was a little disappointed that those 1990 basketball shorts aren't on display anymore.
Illegal pick against Marina there.
Foul's called on Viking number
Yeah, one of the reasons the walls look bare in here, they don't have any of the championship banners and stuff. I don't know why they don't have them up yet.
Yeah, they took down all the history, I guess, at this point.
They better put that back. Trust me, that's more valuable than a white wall.
Coming from a historian, this can't go over well.
Well, it gives the gym character. You know,
Yeah,
I'd rather see a gym with character than new, clean walls anytime.
Almost feel like we're in South Orange County here or something.
Yeah, school that's a brand new school with no history.
Yeah.
We're at Beckman. Noble. Nope.
Griffins firing a lot of blanks right now.
Fortunately, their defense has stayed tough this quarter. Copper inside. That's Casey Hayes. I keep calling him Copper. That's Casey Hayes.
22, Matt Locker, first personal.
22, Casey Hayes. Looks like one of their offensive linemen from the football team, which didn't hang up much of a record.
Griffins replacing Nathan Wakamoto.
He's a senior 6'4" power forward. A bruiser inside. Noble with the steal. Bounce pass over to Paget. Paget goes baseline to Washington. Back around to Kusamoto. Back inside to Washington. Back to Kusamoto. Noble, good movement.
Nice move.
There you go.
There you go.
Good patience, good
Yep.
move. Washington had the height advantage. Just had to get him a little space there where it couldn't be helped.
Best move of the night there, and you can see the athleticism of Khalid.
Kusamoto tipped the ball, but it goes back to Casey Hayes. Blocked from behind by Washington, who combined with Locker on that one. Los Al with a 19-8 lead inside 2 minutes here in the first half.
Halftime free throw contest with our alumni returning.
Oh boy,
We have a
I
lot
forgot
of
about
alumni
that.
in the house tonight, so welcome back, our alumni from Los Alamitos.
Griffin defense is swarming. There are no openings for the Marina team. Noble with the ball, rips it away. Washington coming up on 1:24 in the first half. Over to Devin Paget, back to Washington. He goes to the elbow. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice little move, freezes Hayes.
And he got the blocking call.
Foul's called on number 21, Viking 21, Ryan Funai.
Funai took a hard hit there on the floor. I think
Some of the alumni here tonight: Tony Allen,
may have got a hard knee to the chest too.
Wes Clark, Todd Cushman, Daryl Davis, Clark Evans, Charles Hinkle.
Charles Hinkle, American University, was like the player of the year in the Patriot League last year, something like that.
Corbin Moore.
Oh boy.
Corbin Moore,
Free throw
graduate
contest
of
is going
Pepperdine College.
to be competitive.
These are guys who have actually been practicing their free throws, maybe even playing over at Rossmore Park or something like that during the holidays. Washington, who missed his first two, makes that one.
Wes Mitter back into the game, replacing Devin Patchett.
Minute 3 left here. First half. Washington makes his second.
Some more of our alumni here tonight: Rick Edom, Joe Hopper, Gary Lowe, Sean Nora,
Gary Lowe here, huh?
Derek Sempley, Nico Schmier.
Nico Schmier. Should we bring up that story?
Which one is that? There's so many Nico Schmier stories.
The only NJB scorekeeper to be ejected by a referee.
Oh, you're right. Was that Hernandez who did that?
Oh, yeah.
Or Gutierrez, I meant?
Dave Gutierrez ejected Nico Schmier as a scorekeeper back in 2005.
Dave, I know, sometimes watches these games up on his cable system. Cerritos Norwalk area. I'm sure we'll hear about that.
I think he was just trying to hit his ejection quota for the year and was a little behind.
Wes Mitter, nice left-hander there. Good rebound by Locker. Hayes with the rebound. Clock is running out. He casts it up. No go. Good first half defensively for Los Al. They came alive a little bit towards the end of the second quarter offensively. And they're going to go into the halftime with a comfortable 21-11 lead.
Yeah, it's another one of those good competitive Sunset League games. I thought the Griffins, as I said, might pull away, but not the case. 10-point lead. And Marina, with only 11 points, can't be too happy with that offensive output.
All right, well, we're going to take a break right now. That'll give you a chance to start doing your warm-ups, stretch your legs and everything with this epic free throw competition. Fortunately, we don't broadcast this.
Fortunately.
But we can hear lots of stories about it later on when we come back.
Right.
All right, so we'll come back. Second half action. Los Alamitos versus Griffins from the LATV Game of the Week.
Get all of our alumni that are in attendance tonight, step out.
All right, we are back with the start of the second half. Los Alamitos versus Marina after an exciting, action-packed alumni free throw shooting competition.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for a few years, and this was the most competitive halftime free throw contest I've been a part of.
We actually had people making free throws.
I think to win it, Daryl Davis, not sure what year, probably had to make 12 free throws to win it.
I believe Daryl was 2007 or 8. He played with my son Michael.
Good-looking player, knocking down free throws in the clutch. Beat out Gary Lowe.
Gary had 2 chances to win it.
One of the older guys in the group, and took it all the way down to the wire.
Watching a nice try there. Can't convert the steal. Looks like James Hubble's going to get the freebie.
Captain James Noble.
Griffins back in their full court press at 2-2-1. Trapping. They're going to get Mitter on that one.
Mitter gives up a few inches there to Casey Hayes and about 75 pounds maybe.
Yep.
Got his hand on the ball.
Casey Hayes
Deflected it enough.
shooting 2 shots.
Casey Hayes misses both of them. A little carnage there as Noble falls over Copper. Mitter gets the ball, though, to Washington. Mitter tries to go into the middle, draws a foul. I missed the first couple seconds. Did you make your first free throw?
I did. I went with the bank shot.
Went with the bank shot? Did you call it?
Went with the bank shot.
Did you call it?
I was told no air balls this year, and I said, well, the only way I can avoid that with certainty is to bank it in.
Nice pass from Washington there to James Noble.
But I took a fair amount of heat for the bank shot, so I decided to shoot it the normal way, and second shot was indeed the air ball.
So if you average out the two things, you had just about the right length.
Yeah, it's somewhere in between.
Okay, that's
somewhere
good.
in between. But I will say this. I think my shot looked better than a lot of the shots I've seen Marina throw up tonight. Which, I got to be honest with you, Marina looks awful.
You're so kind in the first half, and now you've turned surly after your shooting performance there.
I mean, we're 11 points. We're midway through the third quarter of a Sunset League game. And I believe they had 6 after the first quarter. So we've seen about 5 points in 12 minutes. I think that's 6 points. Anyway, it's the Sunset League opener.
When you have nothing else to say, you just say it's the Sunset League opener. Catalyst with the rebound. Mitter up the floor. Squeeze there between two players. Mitter for the three-pointer, yes.
Yeah.
Rat-a-tat into the basket.
Wes Mitter.
That is his 8th point of the night. Kalitz gets away with a foul there, in this man's opinion, but it's not called. Goes out of bounds. Because I didn't have a good angle. So 30-12 is our score. And already we're wondering, how are we going to pass the time in the fourth quarter? What are we going to do?
Well, get to see some of the exciting young players on that Griffin bench. Guys that haven't seen action yet tonight, like Tyler Huesca, Chris Powelson, a little more Devin Padgett, Joey Castro.
Joey Castro, you're right.
All NJB alums.
Max Gibbs. A little life to the Marina fans right there. He puts one in, has a chance to make a three-point play out of it. That's Gibbs' first basket of the night.
Look for Nathan Wakamoto to nail a couple of threes. All kinds of things to look forward to, Larry.
I'm right there with you. Gibbs, left-hander, makes it.
Yasu Worku checks in for the Griffins, replacing Derek Worthy.
Yasu Worker, we're seeing him for the second time tonight, had good minutes in the first half.
Yeah, I'd like to see him showcase some of his talents. Coach Cordemar's very high on him.
Not only Coach Cordemarsh, Gary Kutzke, who is a very tough person to impress. Gary's one of the best guards in this area when he played at Warren High School.
Yeah, they see Yasu as a Division I player.
Yep.
Be interesting to watch him develop over time.
Mitter is hurt. He's hurt.
Ooh.
Just a hard hit. A stinger, a lot of pain, gets up quickly.
Fouls on Viking number 2, Jake Arledge.
But he went down and
went down. I didn't think he was
hard.
getting up, but he got up.
Got up quickly. Just the way he was wiggling after he got hit, when he hit the floor. I thought he was hurt harder, or hurt worse than he apparently was. Or unless he's hiding it very well. Anyway, he comes up, he makes the first free throw. Makes the second one.
Wes will be tough to beat in the alumni free throw shooting contest in years to come.
One of the better shooters in LaSalle history. Got 10 points so far. On track to equal his average per game for the season. Catlett.
Oh.
What did he hit?
Boy, that's a rough call. That is a rough call. That was all ball, and we had a beautiful angle over here.
I mean, the only thing I can maybe picture is maybe he got his elbow because he was so far on top of the ball.
Could have been, and
that's the only thing I could picture.
We do not
elbows
have,
hitting,
and we do not have the luxury of instant replay.
Arledge misses the free throw. Misses both.
He got pushed under there.
Washington with the rebound. Yasu Worku. Callets. Nice rebound there by Worku. He gets up there in the air pretty well there.
Yeah, he does.
Callets over the top.
Yep. Can't just start swinging like that when you don't have position.
A little frustration there.
Yep. Stemming from the previous time down the court where he was called for a foul on a nice block.
He's given the Griffins some good minutes, though, tonight.
Yeah, he's aggressive, plays hard, physical, which is exactly what Matt Locker does, who's now in the game.
Locker doesn't believe he was called for that foul. Maybe he wasn't. What's going to be on him or Washington? Let's find out. 42. It is against Locker.
And one thing is for sure is Locker is going to dish out some pain if you try to take it to the hole on him.
Griffins are in foul trouble early this quarter. That's their 16th foul. May not matter much, though, the way Marina is shooting their free throws.
Almost thought that was me at the free throw line at the halftime show.
Mitchell Barnes misses both of them, but at least he hits a rim this time. Worku over to Washington. Baseline jumper. He was hitting that last year. He has not been making it this year from what we hear.
I agree. The shot does not look smooth this year for him.
Arledge knocked the ball away. He thinks it last one off Worku. The referees think it last one off him. Like most of the things tonight, it just is not going Marina's way. Locker inside. Barnes came in underneath him a little bit. Gets called for the foul.
Foul's called on Viking number 5, Mitchell Barnes. His 4th personal foul.
32-15 is our score. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Can Matt Locker extend the Griffin lead? Not with that one, he doesn't. He's looking for his first points of the night. 6'3" sophomore. Very good football player, like his brother Joe.
His brother Joe up at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Playing football up there. And Matt is, they say Matt's a Division I prospect in football.
Linebacker, I believe.
Linebacker. Has some good size. Strength, athleticism.
Good speed.
Yep.
Not the best free throw percentage, though.
No, he's shooting free throws like a linebacker.
Good defense there, though, by Locker. Hayden Winks against Worku. Worku slaps it away.
On behalf of Coach Quartermarsh and the entire basketball family, we'd like to thank Alamitos Eye Care California Pizza Kitchen for their generous donations, helping our season be great. Thank you.
Scott Durzo thanking some of the sponsors. When he started it with, like, on behalf of Coach Quartermarsh, I saw Eddie's head just snap around going, what's he going to say now?
Because you never know. Yeah, I never know.
Arledge takes it to the hoop.
Wow.
Puts it up there.
Jake Arledge, 2-point basket.
Eddie did not like that basket much. Gets up and walks around a little bit.
Captain Wes Snitter up off the bench, checking in.
Werku may have forced that one, but gets the call. Going to go to the free throw line.
Fouls on Viking number 2, Jake Arledge. Yasu Werku at the line shooting 2 shots.
Gets a roll on the first one.
Ryan
That's his
Kush
first point of the night, I believe.
checks in for the Griffins.
Played by my inept scorekeeping. No hesitation. Makes that one.
And a
By the
couple
freshman.
other of our sponsors, Ira Herman with Northwestern Mutual. Thank you.
Ira Herman, thanks. The Griffin legend.
Yeah, Griffin legend, 1976.
76. Scorekeeper, team manager, baseball umpire extraordinaire over at the base, wasn't he?
And he can talk a good game.
For your donations.
Highly successful insurance agent down in South Orange County. I can remember the last time the Griffins had a freshman on the roster.
I can't remember. I mean,
Yeah.
Landry Fields played as JV as a freshman, I believe.
Yeah, and if Landry Fields wasn't there, it's hard to imagine who was.
Have to go back through my files to check that one. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll have to ask the
think
local historian.
I think he was a JV.
Viking number 10, Greg Froenick Jr.
It's hard to work your way into a lineup when the team is always winning championships, league championships. The Griffins have now won what? I think since 1997, they've won every Sunset League championship except for one, and that year they went to the CIF semifinals.
And if we had the banners on the wall, we'd be able to tell you exactly.
I know it's at least 97 and 98. Because my nephews were on the team then.
Checking in for the Griffins.
So I had to come to the games to keep peace in the family. And in 98, I started doing the local sports, so I knew then too. Block. Ryan Kush. They're going to give him the bucket. Yes, they are. Kush, nice play at both ends.
Ryan Kush.
Gets the block on Greg Froenick Jr., and then Froenick, a little frustrated, fouls him at the other end. And
nice highlight there for the sophomore.
Kush with a chance to complete the three-point play, pick up his 5th point of the game. 37-17 is our score right now.
It's a good spot for Ryan Kush on that defense to play up high against the shorter point guards, and then with his long reach can intercept passes and take it to the hole just like he did.
He is, as they say, he plays long.
He is long, and having those guys up top on the defense is a nice benefit. High arcing free throw there.
One of the things that the coaching staff was saying, they have the athletes, they haven't learned to trust one another yet. Whereas last year's team had 4 or 5 guys, and 4 of them, especially guards, who had played together every single year, and they all had their role. They knew what they're going to do on defense. Take chances knowing your other guys are going to cover for you. Copper made a nice move, has it knocked away, though, by Kush. 28 seconds left in the third quarter.
Gabe Copper to the line shooting 2 shots.
Gabe Copper getting a lot of minutes as a starter, as a sophomore. Getting a lot of minutes, though, from Marina.
Uh-huh. Good-looking player. Boy, they are just horrendous at the free throw line.
They've missed at least 6.
6 in this quarter.
That's what I meant, yeah. I was trying to figure out from my chicken scratches here that what their exacts are, but nobody open. Copper tries to start off Henry, not Henry, but his brother, Brian Aboke's leg, but it was a little too late. Ball goes back to Los Alamitos. Play for 1 shot here. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Big Bokeh. They're going to get it to Mitter with about 7 or 8 seconds is my guess. That'll work.
Oh, there you go.
Mitter was a little too far out, and Yasu Worku just said, well, I'll take it myself. They're going to give me this lane, and it worked out well for them. Freshman scores his 6 points.
Attention to the video board. This is Derek Hernandez. This or that. Calling the Stars. Walker Flocka. Jack Chan.
Spiders and Griffins are nasty. Spiders, I mean, it could be anywhere.
They have a thing going on the scoreboard. It's pretty clever, but with the lights on, it's hard to see the images, so it loses a lot of the effectiveness. Don't have the luxury of having a $50,000 Jumbotron, you know?
No, not yet. But a nice little video feature here for the Griffins. Yeah, the audio works.
How about a nice round for Derek Hernandez and all the digital excellence he brings to our program.
Derek was one of our announcers at the NJB games last year. All right, so 47-17 is our score as we move into the final quarter of action, Mark. Griffins outscored Marina there.
Captain Paul Cadlins.
On a nice feed from the freshman Yasu.
I was gonna say Griffins outscored Marina there 17-6 in that quarter.
Griffin students relentless on number 5 for the air ball that he took at the free throw line in the third quarter.
Griffin students are usually relentless on anybody who. Casey Hayes.
With nothing to lose, they are bombs away.
He's the leading scorer for Marina. He's had really nothing this game. Yasu Worker, baseline to Cadlitz. Back to Mitter. A little confusion there. Kush thought the ball was for him. Mitter had a little too many men in the area to get a clean shot. Looks like Powelson's getting ready to check in for Los Alamitos. See him for the first time tonight. And Devin Paget check in again. Kush in the open court. Very casual charge there.
Yeah, probably a good call. A little out of control there.
Chris Powelson.
Given the score, everything else.
Checking in.
But Kush is one of those players, even if he's out of control, he's moving so fluidly, it doesn't look out of control.
And he's getting closer and closer to the basket.
Mitter checks out, as does Paul Cadlitz.
Chris Powelson, first time in the ball game, number 14.
6'3" junior forward. Devin Paget checks back in. 5'8" junior point guard. Casey Hayes misses inside. Yasu Worku with the rebound. Nice pass there to Igboke. Funai.
Caught it right
Trips
around
him.
the knee, it looked like, too. We'll see if he gets up. Probably a Charlie horse. But he took a little knee to the thigh, or hopefully it wasn't knee to knee.
He was just getting ready to plant, so I don't think he... I don't think any strength in the leg, any force when he hit it, so he just got knocked out. Maybe, hopefully, just got the wind knocked out of him hitting the ball so hard.
Don't know if the Griffin trainers are in attendance tonight or not.
They're still on holidays.
Eddie having to do everything out here tonight.
That's Brian Igboke.
Yeah, he's walking fine, so he'll be all right.
Might feel it tomorrow. Have a timeout here on the court. 6:01 left in the game. Los Alamitos ahead, 42-20. So what do you think, Mark? Los Al so far?
Well, Los Al looks like they're going to be competitive again in the Sunset League. It's hard to tell. We haven't seen anybody else. Marina looks painfully weak. They're young, so maybe in a couple of years they'll be able to compete. But I would guess Marina might be at the lower end of the Sunset League, and the Griffins, as we know, are going to be a top 3 team.
I would also say the Griffins, lower classmen, are turning in good minutes.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Yasu and Khalid, and then guys coming off the bench like Devin Paget, the sophomores, Ryan Cush and Matt Locker. Yeah, the future looks good for the Griffins, and no surprise, the Griffins are always restocking the pond. No shortage of talent around this area.
Igboke rallies from the injury, makes the free throw. His first points of the night. Makes them both. Bogey's a 6'3" junior. Tyler Huesca's in the game, another junior, 5'11". So it's all underclassmen on the floor for Los Al right now. Good help there by Cush. Hayes got away from Powelson. Igboke.
Oh, my.
Little shake and bake. Missed the easy one, makes the tougher one, and it gets another basket. Has to make up for his brother badly missing his free throw in the alumni competition.
Nathan Wakamoto going to check back into the game.
Once again, Song and Cheer are on their way to a competition. Coach Ramirez is asking that you hang out for 2 minutes so they can practice their routine.
Song and Cheer went to do a routine after the game. You alumni took so long with your competition, infringed upon their time.
It was an impressive halftime performance.
There was more tension in that than there is in this game, I'll tell you. Tyler Huesca tries to get around the corner on Copper. Igboke feeling it, but lost it. Paget picks it up. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Igboke with the screen. Paget to the middle. Over to Powelson. Blocked. He puts it up. Funai runs down the rebound. Copper brings it up. Pace is picked up here a little. During sub time. Mallard. To Fronic. Mallard to Hayes. Over to Funai. Tries to go inside against Tyler Huesca. Draws the foul.
is called on Griffin number 11, Tyler Weska.
4:06 left in the game. Unai makes it. Picks up his third point of the night.
Ryan Funai at the line shooting 2 shots.
Third and fourth point. We are now inside 4 minutes as Padgett brings the ball across the court. Wakamoto doing his part on the weave. Tyler Weska to Padgett. Inside, off to Powelson. Tries to go baseline. Yes.
2-point basket.
Cut off by Casey Hayes, but comes back with the right-handed.
Nice move there by Chris Powelson.
And Joey Castro.
Senior favorite, Joey Castro.
Ryan Funai at the line shooting 2 shots.
This is a high-tech operation.
It is. The crowd's going to go absolutely nuts now with Joey Castro coming
Checking
in.
in for the Griffins is Joey Castro.
There's playing a little call and response there with the crowd. They didn't help him out on that one.
Didn't recognize the cue, but he's in the game. Joey Castro.
Padgett loses. Nice pass up the court there by Mallard. Arledge misses the lay-in. Castro touches the ball, gets a little applause. In the corner, back to Weska. And he says, pull it back, let's run some clock off.
But I want to see these guys get some shots off. All right, out loud, we've doubled them up. Time to get some threes.
Griffins have reached their average points for the points per game for the season. Weska. Oh, fakes him out. Goes up. Yes, Ryan Weska.
Tyler Weska.
Tyler Weska.
2-point basket.
Nice little fake there. Got himself wide open for that shot. 50-24 is our score. 2:18 left in this Sunset League opener. The fans come to their feet every time Joey touches the ball.
Do you blame him for trying to get a shot off? Heck no.
Also on Griffin number 21.
Every year you have your crowd favorite. We had Derek Sampley a couple years ago. We had
of course. Harris.
Also on number 15, Joey Castro.
That was probably 4 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago.
2 shots.
4 years ago.
I remember you saying this is what they came to see.
Exactly. He is the one that packs the house.
Brandon Harris.
Brandon Harris.
Minute 47 left in this contest. 50-26 is our score. Los Alamitos well in control of this game. Joey Castro for 3. Oh! The entire Griffin crowd was on its feet for that one. Half of them are on their feet just in anticipation of him touching the ball. Castro again.
Oh, my.
3-point basket, Joey
Man, going
Where has
crazy
he
over
been?
there.
That stroke is amazing.
Got a lot of fans there, especially among the JV team, man.
They are on their feet.
Castro Mania. And we're not talking Fidel.
But
But I want to tell you here, the minute 4 left. And Los Alamitos ahead, 53-26. Got to write this by the scoreboard here. Joey Castro, 3.
it's been all about Joey Castro tonight.
Shooting 2 shots.
Certainly the fourth quarter.
Where has he been?
Fortunately, he's here, and we have something to talk about in this fourth quarter. Derek Mallard misses yet another free throw from Marina.
I think he will move himself up the depth chart.
Finally, Marina makes a free throw in the second half.
Oh, my.
Dick Enberg there. Oh, my. Mallard steals it. Couldn't quite retrieve it when it goes out of bounds. Inside a minute. 58.8 seconds. They come to their feet just as Castro inbounds the ball there. Powelson with the screen. Proweska. Inside to Powelson. Knocked away. .4 seconds left. The .4 is irrelevant to us. Just get that 47 moving.
Derek Mallard shooting 2 shots.
The first of 5 LATV3 telecasts.
Man is in the house. In disguise.
Hopefully 6. Maybe do a
We get
early
a
round CIF game
CIF game, wouldn't that be nice?
if things permit. Last year, Griffins played Knight of Palmdale in that first round. Tough loss. Very tough loss. Played them very, very well.
The Griffins will travel to Edison next week in Fountain Valley.
Yeah, we are off. I guess with the 16th we returned. The game
16th?
against Huntington Beach.
Yeah, won't that be a nice contest? Actually, the next 3 will help us understand where the Griffins fit in the Sunset League. Those are the 3 teams that they've got to beat for an opportunity to get in to win the Sunset
song and
League.
dance routine that Coach Ramirez will appreciate if you hang out for 2 minutes.
And maybe in that order.
Edison always plays Los Al tough, even when they aren't that strong, but they have a decent team.
Well coached. Coach Boyce down there does a great job with Edison.
And you know, Roger Holmes has returned Fountain Valley to, I don't know, prominence is the word, but at least to.
At least that exciting brand of basketball that everybody loves.
Well, that does it for us here. 53-29.
On behalf of Coach
Kind of
Gilmore,
anticlimactic at parts, except for
thank
Joey
you for your
Castro.
support of high school basketball.
Castro got a chance to see everybody on the Griffin squad get into the game. Nice way to open up the Sunset
2
League.
minutes for our song and
So
dance routine.
the song and dance teams out here, they're going to do this, I guess, when they go to Florida. They come up for their, I guess, national competition here. Have to get the Marina players out of the way.
Our friends from Marina, we'd like you to stay as well, if you have the time. Thank you very much.
I don't know, Mark, what do you think about this? We can watch the song girls in the background as we do our wrap-up for the game.
You betcha.
What's your final thoughts on the game?
Well, it's always nice to get the first win in the Sunset League. The Griffins look like they're once again going to compete, as they always do. Marina, a little disappointing. I expected a little more out of the program than what they showed tonight. So we'll see. But they're a young team, Marina, and they got some guys, including who I thought their top player, Topper, is only a sophomore. So maybe it's a team that's going to progress through the season, and in the next year or 2, they'll compete.
I was most impressed by Los Al's defense tonight. I mean, I know Marina, who knows how good or bad they were. Some of it could have been the Los Al defense. I mean, Los Al gave them very little room to shoot. And they're swarming, and that's what they have to do. They aren't the tallest team in the world. They have Cadlet, but other than that, they aren't really that tall.
Yeah, that's been kind of the typical Griffin way here in the last 2 or 3 years. This defense is going to have to carry them. They're not exceptionally tall. They're not exceptionally, outstanding shooters. They're not going to hang up, 60, 70 points a game. So defense is kind of the hallmark, and as we all know, defense wins the championship.
Well, all right. That'll do it for our first contest of the year. I want to thank Mark. Thank Kirk Stevens there in the booth, our cameraman. Tom Adams, John Garside, Scott Arnold, Andy Potavicini helping out there in the truck. We made it through our first broadcast of the year for Los Alamitos. We're going to be doing some soccer next week. And basketball the week after that. Also, the girls soccer next week. They play Edison on Tuesday.
7th ranked. Yeah.
Yep.
Girls soccer game.
And we'll also do boys soccer. Boys soccer is very good. They opened their season this week, 2 wins. They beat Marina today, and Marina's probably the top competition in the Sunset League. So it's going to be good here. Water polo, girls water polo is always good here at Los Al, and wrestling is strong. They're getting a lot of good wins.
The only sport that we used to say was always a notch below was girls basketball. This year,
they're
like
good.
They've got themselves a squad.
I know. They were like 9-2 at one point, so good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our cheerleaders are done, and I think we're done. That should do it for the Los Al TV Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next broadcast.